back. Today we are making a mini meatball skillet. Let's get to it. For this recipe, you will need a half cup of breadcrumbs, 2 tablespoons of milk, 1 egg, 1 pound of ground beef, 1 teaspoon of jarred minced garlic, 1 tablespoon of parsley, a half teaspoon of nutmeg, 3 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese, salt and pepper, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 1 24-ounce jar of marinara sauce, 1 cup of mozzarella cheese, and breadsticks for serving. First, measure the breadcrumbs and milk in a large bowl. Mix them together so they are combined well. So for these kind of containers, you're just gonna open them the same way that you would open a can of salsa. So you're just gonna pop it open like that, and then you will see the split, and you can pull it straight off like that. Okay, so as you just saw, our mixture is nice and combined. There is no more milk showing. So your next step is to take an egg and crack it. But you do not want to crack it into the bowl with your breadcrumbs in it, because what you want to do is mix the yolk up too, so that when you put it in the bowl, it is all yellow. Measure out the ground beef, garlic, parsley, nutmeg, Parmesan cheese, and a sprinkle of salt and pepper. So we need 3 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese for this recipe. I do not have cheese already shredded, so I need to shred it. So if you are just using a regular shredder like this, you want to put it in a bowl and then get your cheese out. And you want to use a side that's kind of like this, so big pieces come out. So I'm just gonna hold it with my other hand, and then with my dominant hand, which is my white one, for me, I'm just gonna take it and push down really hard. Now, putting it in the bowl is helpful because it will kind of hold your shredder in place a little bit if you put it to one side. So I'm just gonna continue to do this, and it might take a few minutes, but eventually you'll get there. It's time to get messy. You're gonna use your hands to combine all your ingredients so your ground beef is nice and coated. It's time to make the meatballs. Form small balls and put them on a plate when you're all done. Place a skillet over medium heat and add your olive oil to your pan. Then you can place your meatballs in and cook them for 5 to 7 minutes until they are lightly browned. Now that your meatballs are browned, it is time to add your marinara sauce. Bring the heat down to a medium low, and then add your marinara sauce in. If your sauce is in a bigger container than the amount needed, you need to scale it out. So what you want to do is take a scale like this, and then turn it on, and make sure that it is on ounces. So click the unit button. Until it gets to ounces, which is OZ. And then set a plate on top of it. So then you're gonna see that you already have 17 ounces. So then you want to use the tail function and tail it. Then it should go to 0, and you can pour in your sauce until it gets to 24 ounces, which is the required amount for this recipe. You're gonna cook these for 10 to 20 minutes, or until your meatballs are cooked throughout. Mix before putting the top back on, and then just let it sit. Okay, it's been 10 minutes. Let's see how this looks. Smells good. I think I'm gonna let it cook for another 5 minutes and see how it looks then. So I ended up cooking mine for the full 20 minutes, and now it looks perfectly delicious. So your next step and your final step is to sprinkle your mozzarella cheese on top of your dish after you have turned the heat off, and then let it sit for 10 minutes. This is a great dish if you like the meatballs, but you do not like the pasta that much. Alright guys, as far as rating goes for this mini meatball skillet, I would probably give it a 4 on easiness, because, you know, the cheese grating was a little bit hard, but, you know, if you can get a decent grip around it with your other hand like I did, it was not that bad. And then for taste, I would probably give it a 4 or 5 because I'm that kind of girl who likes the meatballs a lot more than the pasta and spaghetti and meatballs. So this was the perfect dish for me.